In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the two make fraction tools that come with this Web Sketchpad model, one for showing parts of a circle and one for parts of a rectangle. Page 1 is intended for circles, so let's check out the circle tool for making fractions. I'll tap on its icon, and I see a preview of the fraction I'm about to construct, which by default is always 1/2. Notice that the numerator value is glowing. I'm just going to tap anywhere to accept that value. And now the denominator value is glowing, and I'm going to tap to accept that as well. Now my center of the circle is glowing, and I can drag this anywhere I like, or simply tap to move it anywhere I like. And now my tool is complete. Well, I'd like to change this to a fraction other than 1/2, so let me tap on the value here of 2 for the denominator, and let's change that, perhaps to 9. So here I have 1/9. I can do the same with the numerator. I can change that. I can make this, for instance, 5, and here is 5/9. Now I can also make this a fraction larger than 1. So if I enter 20 as the numerator, here we have 20/9. Now as a student, it's very likely that if I'm playing with this, I'm going to want to try a very large value for either the numerator or denominator, and I can. For example, let's try 100 for the denominator, and here we have 20/100. This is a little small, so I can change the radius of this circle by dragging the endpoint of this segment in the lower left-hand corner, and that will change the size of this fraction as well as any others that I make here in the sketch. So let's change this back to 1/2. And I'd like to try a little experiment. What happens if the denominator grows and grows and grows from 2 to 3 to 4, all the way up to maybe 100? Now I don't want to have to change this value every time. I'd like to create an animation that shows the denominator steadily increasing, and I can do that with the Animate tool. I'll tap on this icon, and I see here number equals 1 is flashing, and I also see a faint outline of an Animate button. This button is going to animate this number from 1 to 2 to 3, etc. But what do I want to have animated? I want the denominator to be animated, so I'm going to merge this number to the denominator by tapping on the denominator. Now those two are merged, and if I tap here on the Animate button, I get this lovely animation showing what happens as the denominator of my fraction grows larger and larger. Now we could watch this for a while, but I'm going to move on to page 3, which is intended for rectangles. So this works practically the same as before. I tap on Make Fraction. Here I see my default fraction of 1/2. Half of a rectangle is shaded. I'm going to tap to accept the numerator, tap to accept the denominator, and tap to move this vertex of my rectangle. Now I can change the dimensions of my rectangle simply by coming here to the length and width. For example, I can make the width equal to the length by making this 300. And of course, as before, I can change these values to anything I like. And I should also mention that I can create more than one fraction on a page. I can make as many fractions as I like.